Hey guys, I am Daisho, and I'm here bringing you another Magic the Gathering Arena draft. This is another Strixhaven draft, and today we are going to be doing another Premier draft, and let's see what we've got. Okay, so definitely some good options here. Actually, some really good options. So there's I think a pretty clear pick here in Ingenious Inspiration. It's just a 2-for-1 at 3 mana, sorcery speed. It's good for interacting with the board early. It's good for drawing off the top late. It's always going to find something to get rid of, especially with all the flyers hanging around. 3 damage isn't great, but it's definitely enough to fulfill the need. Prismari Apprentice is also just a really good one. And that one's a little bit more committal because it's a red-blue card. Outside of that, the stuff that I'm looking at, I don't really think this is what you want to be doing. Outside of that, the pack is actually a little weak. There's a Best Summoning, Witherbloom Pledge Mage, Guiding Voice is okay too, and then a couple of borderline playables. So very happy to be opening this pack and not getting past it third or fourth or something like that. Okay, so this pack is not as good for us. There's no clear pick, I don't think. There are some medium cards, but nothing that's really speaking to me. I think probably the best card in here is Combat Professor, Pillar Drop Rescuer, and Illustrious Historian. So what I'm really deciding, Eureka Moment's fine too. It's really just a bunch of fine cards. So what I'm thinking about here is maybe just going with the Intro to Prophecy, because that'll make my sideboard and improve my deck by some percentage no matter what. Whereas taking an Illustrious Historian to try and focus in on red it's not great. I might still do it because this card is about as good as anything else in the pack. Intro to Prophecy is just like a less committal card that I know will be at least somewhat useful. But I'm going to go with the Illustrious Historian. A little bit higher upside. If I do continue to be in red, then that'll actually be quite good for me. So this this pack is quite a bit more impressive across the board. We've got Blood Researcher and Devouring Tendrils, both really good cards in green-black. Devouring Tendrils good in green-blue as well. As far as red cards go, I'm not really interested in this Stormkiln Artist. Maybe it does things, but I haven't seen it do things yet. Environmental Sciences is always worth pointing out at this point. I think I'm probably going to just go with Environmental Sciences. Devouring Tendrils is a much better card than Illustrious Historian, not quite as good as Ingenious Inspiration. But Environmental Sciences is really good on its own. There's so many even 2-color decks where you just want to play this card so that you can get an extra land or get some life gain, something like that. So it's just really useful in pretty much every deck that you're going to be playing. So I want that card in my deck no matter what. So red really still is not flowing. Not in my deck, in my sideboard. Red is really not flowing. Red-blue is really not flowing. There's an Opt, there's an Arcane Subtraction, so it's not like the blue cards are actually bad in this pack. They're pretty decent. So I could just take one of those. But I think Mage Hunter's Onslaught is enough better that it's worth grabbing here. Maybe not. Maybe I really should just be... I just don't really feel like I need to go after an Opt or an Arcane Subtraction pack 1, pick 4. If I end up in red-blue, it's not like I'm probably would have played one of these two, but I'll still get to 23 playables, and it'll only be a slight downgrade. So I think I'll be happy with Mage Hunter's Onslaught and just staying open here. Okay. So not too much here either. There is a Guiding Voice, which I think is solid in red-white if you can build a low-to-the-ground aggro deck. There's Snow Day, which I think is decent. I don't think it's amazing or anything like that. It's just sort of more of a delaying tactic if in red-blue. Red-blue really wants you to turn the corner, so it's sort of sort of is the right kind of card for that. So maybe I will just go with Snow Day. I could go with Guiding Voice because with the Mage Hunter's Onslaught and the red cards, there's honestly is a pretty good chance that Guiding Voice is going to go because white should be the other color. But I don't know. Or very well could be the other color. I'm just going to go with this Snow Day, but again, still staying open, still not really sure where we're going to end up here. Hopefully we'll get some nice late cards to instruct us the way to go. Better cards in this pack than the previous packs, but still no clear direction for me. So, Field Trip, very, very strong card. I think it's probably a little bit better than the Pledge Mages and definitely better than Cram Session. I have no green yet, and I mean I have no blue, but I could just take this and then plan to be green-blue splashing the inspiration, which might be a thing. My other options are like Lorehold Pledge Mage or Silverquill Pledge Mage, so I'm going to take the Field Trip because I have had the most success with decks that play Field Trip. And I can't really say that I'm rewarded because it's not like Needlethorn Drake is that much better than something like Leech Fanatic or Guiding Voice. So if I had dipped my toes further into black or white, maybe that would have been a little bit better. But I'm pretty happy to just pick up a nice Flying Death Touch here and continue to be unsure of where I'm going with this deck. Okay, so Humiliate I think is the best card in this pack by quite a large margin, but I don't have anything that looks like black-white. So I could either just take this Drake. And it's not like I'm very happy to play two of them. It's not like there's a ton of Electrolytes going around the format. It's an uncommon or rare, and it's very hard to find. Intro to Prophecy is also probably a good option here, but I'm just going to grab and Curate and Mentor's Guidance are both also fine cards. This deck does want draw spells at some point, but I think that draw tends to be a little bit easier to come by. So the 18th Guiding Voice tabled, but with all the waffling that I've been doing in this pack, I'm not 100% sure I'm really going to hit my playables, so I'm thinking of grabbing Big Play or Reject. I'm going to make it Reject. I don't think that I really want to play either, but we'll see. Alright, so Pillar Drop Rescuer tabled. I think that was one of the better cards in this pack to begin with, but I'm going to go ahead and grab this Prismari Campus. I want to splash the Ingenious Inspiration anyway, so that just makes this a lot easier for me. Okay, Amplimancer, whatever. It's a 2-drop. If I really need it, then it'll make the cut. Letter of Acceptance I don't think would be necessary in this deck. It doesn't seem like it's going to end up as a Teach by Example deck, but it's also possible that would have been a better pick here. And the Opt made it back around, so I will opt to be happy about that. Wow, that is a late Guiding Voice, but I think I am going to send it around so that my neighbor knows that I'm not in white. Here's a Teach by Example for our sideboard, sending across another white signal. And we have another pack here. Okay, so we are in green-blue. We have a nice Quandrix Apprentice here. Witherbloom Command, I mean, all the commands are good, but this one is not something that I really need to play. I think, honestly, Witherbloom Apprentice is better, maybe. I like Overgrown Arch. I can't really imagine passing a Quandrix Apprentice after I've settled nicely into Quandrix. But there's plenty of good stuff for me. I would love it if Professor Zoomancy tabled. I don't think that I would end up splashing Witherbloom Apprentice or anything like that, but I could see that happening in some sort of draft. Alright. We're sad. We get it. This is a good enough time to pick up an Elemental Summoning. I don't have anything. I'm only on one lesson right now. I only have one learned card too, but I expect that I'll pick up a handful. Blue has some nice cheap learned spells, so I'll probably pick up a couple of those. And this is just in itself so good with Field Trip, where you just play Field Trip turn 3 and then you have a 5-drop. Sometimes you end up with those hands that just have ramp but no actual plays with it, but in this case it should really help out as long as you got 2 islands to cast it. Alright, so here, nothing great. There's a flunk, which, I mean, whenever I see environmental sciences, I see that I'm in a green-blue deck, I think about just the possibility of splashing anything. But I think I'm just going to go with the Witherbloom Pledge Mage here. I have plenty of, or I will by the end of this this deck have plenty of, I mean, I already do have a lot of non-creatures, so this is going to give me a handful of life here and there, and it's nice to have something at the top of the curve that, again, curving out with Field Trip into Witherbloom Pledge Mage really stalls a lot of boards. Plus the 5 toughness in this format I think is key. I've seen that mentioned many times. There's a lot of 4/4 elementals and stuff like that flying around. All right, what does this do? It's fine. I don't need to worry about that. So there's a heated debate that I could splash, or I could grab a second elemental summoning. I mean, I'm already going to be splashing red, but it's not like heated debate is such a great rate. It's just nice to have an instant speed removal spell. I'm going to go with the second elemental summoning. The second of a summoning is really not as important. All right, I'm going to go for a heated debate here and really try and build up that splash a little bit. 14th Needlethorn Drake. I mean, I'm just looking at this Rise of Exodus and trying to figure out why I'm not in either of the colors if I'm getting past the pick 5 Rise of Exodus, but I guess I didn't do a great job signaling that white was open. Whirlwind Denial is an option here, but I think I'm just going to say I'm not going to lose early. I'm going to play a 1/1 Death Touch for 2, and it is going to stop you from doing things. Okay, this is an awesome pack. Blue-red, Maelstrom Muse, just Pop Quiz, Arcane Subtraction, Needlethorn Drake. I mean, I would take any of those 4 and put them in my deck. As it stands, I'm not in blue-red specifically. This is a lot better on curve, so I'm not going to worry about that. I think Pop Quiz is a little better than Arcane Subtraction. Maybe if I already had 2 Pop Quizzes, a third wouldn't be quite as good, but in this case... And also, by the way, Arcane Subtraction is a nice combo with Needlethorn Drake, because that basically really helps me kill something without my guy actually losing as well. All right, Divide by Zero is awesome to pick up here. I like the Prismari Campus, but I'm not going to pass up on a Divide by Zero. Just a strong card. Alrighty. So we don't have the land here. I don't think I'm interested in playing a Fervent Mastery or an Enthusiastic Study, so I'll grab Test of Talents. I don't really want to play it, but it's not actually. It actually is a playable card in this format. All right, so we did table the Professor. We did table Expanded Anatomy. Now I've got a handful of Learn cards, so something like Expanded Anatomy might work. I also do technically have 3 flyers that are 1/1s. They don't typically want that, but with 16 cards in my deck already, I think I'm going to end up with a full deck of cards, so I'd rather go ahead and grab Expanded Anatomy. The first one of those can be pretty useful. Nothing here that I'm really interested in. I guess I'll grab this Historian. Whatever, I'll grab the Team Pennant. I don't think that I'm playing any of those cards, but I have one. Okay. Not much left in that pack anyway. Befuddler in case I really need a playable. Tangle Trap in case I really need a playable. And Arcane Subtraction made it. That is going right into the deck. I like that a lot better than like Reject or Test of Talent, so I'm quite happy to play one of those. Alright, so after pack 2, I mean, I think my deck is coming along. It's a little bit light on power level, so I would like to see just some nice strong cards in this pack. Right, so we got Prismari Command, which is good, but like, is it really worth splashing? And then there's also a Cultivate, which is really doing exactly what I want. So this is actually a tough call for me between Prismari Command and Cultivate. I think because I don't have... Oh, man. I don't have too much top end, but it's not like it's going to be so easy for me to play Prismari Command on 3. I'm going to go ahead and draft this Cultivate because I think it's really good for my deck. It helps me get my 3rd color, but I'm not confident that that's the right pick. Prismari Command. Prismari Command is good, but it's not backbreaking like some of the other cards are. So I think I'm happy with that decision. All right. My first gut says take the 2nd field trip over Frost Trickster and Fractal Summoning. I really need something big to play, though. I mean, without anything big to play, my deck is really just a bunch of nonsense. And it's not like I do have this Fractal Summoning anywhere, but maybe I'll be able to pick one up. It's not like it's really high on a lot of people's pick order list. So, and then there's also Frost Trickster, which is just a really solid card. I need creatures. I need like a couple of flyers to help me win the game. I'm just actually going to pivot. I'm going to go into Frost Trickster here. Not confident about that. Okay. So we've got a lot of good things going on here. Emergent Sequence, Burying Books. I think I'm going to end up grabbing this Burying Books. Burying Books is really good in this format. I love Emergent Sequence too. It's not like I have a deck full of bio mathematicians that can really make this card go nuts, but just it's a good rate on its own. It's just a fine card. You get a 2/2. You can tap it for mana as well. So it's just a good card. Environmental Sciences is good, but I don't really need 2. Quandrix Campus is nice, but I don't think that I really have the flexibility to take that here. I think I need to take good cards for my deck. Speaking of good cards for my deck, I guess I am in the right colors because we got the Pledge Mage, we got Aether Helix. Pretty simple for me to grab the Pledge Mage here. I think Aether Helix is fine. There are a lot of tokens that you can just bounce and get a nice 2-for-1, but then there are other times where you just don't really have a good permanent in your graveyard because you've cast a lot of good instants and sorceries, and they don't have anything great to bounce. You can just bounce their like 2/2 or 3/3. They'll replay it the next turn. It's just sorcery speed bounces is not such a powerful effect. So 2 minor effects together make a good card, but they don't make an unbelievable card or anything like that. All right, let's grab this Campus. I'm going to hit playables. I don't need a medium playable like Curate or Waterfall Aerialist. I don't need a 2nd Expanded Anatomy for the sideboard. Let's make my mana better. Pop quiz number 2. Lessons, how are we doing? I know I'm pretty light, but I did grab the Sciences, Expanded Anatomy, 1 Elemental Summoning. So I do need to grab another lesson. Maybe I should have grabbed that Fractal Summoning instead of the Frost Trickster. But the other options are not great here anyway. So it's not like I'm really going to take Containment Breach. I guess I would take one at some point, but I don't really need one. Yeah. So right now I get really punished for passing up the Fractal Summoning. I get another Frost Trickster, but no fractals. Whoa. Okay. You just draw X cards? I'll draw X cards. I want to draw X cards, but I also do want to have an Introduction to Annihilation, and this is going to be my last shot at it. Shoot. Alright, Intro to Annihilation it is. No. Oh man, what did I get? I got an intro. I wanted the other one. Man, that was bad. I should have taken whatever. And I did not manage to table the Fractal Summoning. Okay, we're in trouble. Oh, we did not get everything to come together there. And now I'm really short on top end. But that's okay. I have strong cards. I just don't have enough good ways to win the game. So this really could be trouble. But I have a lot of removal. I have a lot of card draw. I just really needed another Elemental or Fractal Summoning. Actually, do I have 2? No, I don't think I have 2 Elemental Summonings, right? I just have the 1. Yeah. I mean, I ended up with 4 lessons at least. I just don't... what I'm looking at here is, ooh, I have 2 ramp spells, and then I have 1 5-drop. honestly, like, do I cut Cultivate here? Because I'm ramping to legitimately nothing. No, I think I'm just going to cut this Reject. I'm not too interested in playing that card. I don't have super expensive spells that Teach by Examples worth playing to copy them. So, I mean, do I just drop in a Team Pennant for making my 1/1s 2/2s? Yeah, I'm a little nervous that this deck is going to do a lot of nothing. Yeah, this isn't good. But that's how it goes sometimes. Oh, I don't need 2 mountains. I need 1. I don't need 1 mountain. I've got 8 and 8 right now. So I think I want blue. I think I'll take 1 more island. Alright. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this so that I could see it just by curve one more time. A lot of 2-drops. A handful of 3s, but it's just a lot of doing nothing. Nothing at the top end. We're gonna be lucky if we escape with 3 wins in this one. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, let's jump into the first game. I mean, look, in Magic, you play lands, you play spells. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Alright, I'm going to keep this. I have, if I don't draw a land, I can play Arcane Subtraction if they play a creature. Oh, actually, I have a Needlethorn Drake. I don't know what I'm talking about. And then if I just get 1 more land, then I'll have what I need. So, ideally, I won't have to learn to get Environmental Sciences just to get that 3rd land. In fact, I probably won't even play it. I think I'd rather save the learn for Impactful Spell, because I do have these 2 ramp spells. But yeah, I'm really hoping to draw land here. Not the land that I wanted, but I will take it. And right now I have 2 sources of learn. I have the Arcane Subtraction and the Field Trip, so that is good. And I have a nice 5-drop to play. I only have 1 5-drop creature in the deck, so that's nice. I'll actually be able to do that, but probably gonna go with. Well, I guess it depends on what I draw. Frost Trickster. Okay, so. The options are, I could go for Field Trip to try and get an Elemental Summoning. That doesn't really make much sense, though. The other reason to go for Field Trip is because they left up mana, so they could counter this with a Negate or a Test of Talents. But I'm going to go ahead and play Cultivate anyway. Okay. I'm going to get the Forest and I guess an Island. Doesn't really matter. I'll put the second Forest on the battlefield and play the Island for a turn. And, okay, I figured that they would play Curate or Pop Quiz or something like that. But they certainly are churning through their deck, and I'm not doing anything too powerful either, so could be in some trouble if they really fix their draws and they find some powerful stuff to do here. Moral Pledge Mage is really not exactly what I'm thinking of when I say that, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and charge in and play 5-drop. Be very afraid of all of the 5/5s that are going to come and get you. Okay, so they are nice little Jeskai deck. They have removal spell for my 5/5, which, I mean, totally expected. So, great. So I'm just gonna go ahead and lock down their guy here, charge in, and save the other Frost Trickster for a little bit of interaction. And probably go ahead and pop quiz on end step. I don't really need to ramp anything out for any particular reason. So I'll just draw the card here rather than ramp. And it also leaves Arcane Subtraction open. I think summoning is a pretty obvious choice here. Alright, so this turn we're going to have access to 4, 5, 6 mana. They have nothing. They have all their mana untapped, so maybe they have a Bury in Books or Pop Quiz or something like that of their own to play. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this looks like Elemental Summoning plus Arcane Subtraction or Curate to me, so I'm just going to go ahead and attack first. The nice thing about this is that I really could get them with Arcane Subtraction here. If they it's actually interesting. If they attack in, it's questionable whether I should Arcane Subtraction first or set. Okay, well, I'm not going to have to worry about that. So they are just going to tap 2 of my guys. Interesting that they decided to do it post-combat. It probably was the right move. They get some damage in this way. They still get to lock down my guys for the next turn. Another Lorehold Pledge Mage is very interesting. So this means that they really can combo off. If they just play like a few cantrips next turn, then that's a lot of damage. Alright, I will put this in my graveyard, and I will keep the Opt. Oh, I thought that was in there instead. That's a little annoying. Okay. So I'm still at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I kind of want to keep Arcane Subtraction open, but I also want to be able to play this. And I also want to be able to lock something down. So I think almost definitely I'm playing the Pledge Mage this turn. It's just a matter of what else I want to do. I think I'll probably just play Pledge Mage and leave the other 2 spells open. And I think I'm just going to pass here because I'm letting them untap and I just don't want to die. Plus the fact that I'll be able to Arcane Subtraction something. Alright. I'll be able to Arcane Subtraction something and block it with Needlethorn Drake, maybe. Oh right, they copy it, so that's already a lot. So I can even block one of these 2 with Needlethorn. And they kept the card. Or, no, I actually missed whether they kept it or not. So Mentor's Guidance is actually a really interesting combo here. Alright, depending on what they've got, that might not work out as well as they are hoping. They play like, oh, I was gonna say if they play like Land Expanded or not, I mean that could be big trouble. Okay. Well, interesting. So I think that the play here is no, it's probably just go ahead and yeah. I think I should have actually done it on that. I think I'm gonna also get my own Expanded Anatomy, maybe. Okay. Pass to blockers. Block there. Block there, take 5. Okay, so they've got Make Your Mark to get up to a 3-3, which is good for them because it does mean that they get the card, but I'm just going to go ahead and opt. Don't need this. Are they just dead? I guess they get the 3-2. They didn't get the 3-2. They actually might just be dead. If I had gotten Intro to Annihilation, were they just dead? 9, 11, 12, 13, maybe, yeah. Oh wait, I have Frost Trickster. So I have 8, 10. So what about, yeah, that should be lethal. I don't think that they could have anything here to interact with me. Okay. They didn't even need to... Oh, I guess they saw the Expanded Anatomy, which was enough damage. So, I had enough cheap spells. I drew all of my good cards. No, not quite all of them, but a lot of my really good cards. And I actually won a game, so... No complaints from me there. That's the thing is, I'm always going to have a 4-4 at some point. Question is, will they be able to answer 1 4-4? Usually the answer is yes. Alright, not a great hand, but I will keep. I think these are the kind of hands that I have to keep with this deck because it's not great, and at least I'll be able to have some sort of counterplay on their turn. So I'll be able to leave up Test of Talents if they don't play anything interesting. I can curate. I also have Divide by 0, so I can just maybe bounce one of their creatures on end step and learn and get a threat that way. So, and of course I have draw steps to draw things to add to the board. And I have all 3 of my colors, which is really nice, because I do have a couple of 3-drops as my splash cards. Alright. So we'll see what they have here, but probably won't be anything that I can interact with. And I'm just going to go for a Curate, I think. I'm not really interested in just playing Arcane Subtraction for Learn. I mean, I could counter that. I think I will. Right? I mean, I have the mana. I don't know. Maybe I should have just curated. But I'm also hoping to see what they've got in hand. I wish I still had this. Huh. Okay. Alright, they've got another one that I can get rid of. And they have the one in the graveyard. Alright, Needlethorn Drake, good to go. They've got Archway Commons as a land, but that's going to slow them down quite a bit. Then they will be able to start going to work here, but it's good for me for now, at least. The other benefit to Test of Talents right away is that I do get to see their entire hand and their whole draw and really base my game around it. Here I think Divide by 0 is actually pretty good. Because now I can go ahead and get my Elemental Summoning, have a nice board state, and then really hope to tempo them out. They do still need to draw another source of green or black to play this. Oh, there's their other source of green. Now I'm in trouble. Okay, they're going to get themselves another land. And gain a couple of life. But they're way behind. Arcane Subtraction really could be a nice 2-for-1. Curate next turn could help me find another threat, because this run is not going to last forever. I'm going to start by curating. Okay, I don't want either of these. It's not a terrible one. It's not great, but should be able to take out their Quandrix Pledge Mage if they play it. The problem is that I really need another elemental summoning here. What's the plan here? Burying books? That's actually pretty good. Okay, so they've saved up burying books, but almost the last card they have is a removal spell. I just don't have to attack with the elemental. They have to play cards, or they're going to fall too far behind. I do want to kill the Quandrix Pledge Mage, but or Quandrix Apprentice, but I think that it's more important to hold on to this, especially because if I can take out Quandrix Pledge Mage, that'll be a much bigger threat. This is going to really help them get out of their sticky situation with lands, but, I mean, they already have an environmentals. Oh, no, they played the environmental sciences already. So it's going to help them get out of that, but overall it's good for me. So, I mean, I wasted 3 mana on their turn. I got to play a 5 mana spell. Now I can attack with both cards, and if they, or I mean, I could attack with both. It's burying books, so it's not like it's it's still a card's worth of value if they get rid of the Pledge Mage or the Elemental. But, right, so now they had to decide which way they wanted to go. They decided to take out the Pledge Mage here. I don't have another counter, so I can't do anything about it. They do get a land, but that's only 2 lands, then need a 3rd to cast Burying Books, so I should be good to go here. Snow Day. Interesting. Ugh, I really wish I had another way to make a creature. Okay. I think I just go all in with what I've got. If they do something like play out creatures instead of removal, then I'm in good shape. I also wish that I had another Expanded Anatomy in my deck so that I could just go like Arcane Subtraction for 2nd Expanded Anatomy, put it on the Needlethorn Drake, win the game that way. Oh, are they just gonna go creatures? Interesting. So I could just tap their Symmetrist. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. But I have 8, so I think it makes more sense to just Arcane Subtraction it so that I have a way to tap things next turn. No, but if I Arcane Subtraction it, they'll have to play their Burying Books first. Okay. Interesting. I also get to discard the forest if I do it this way. Shoot, what do I do? Okay, so they've got a Quandrix Pledge Mage, a Serpentine Curve. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to attack with both and use Arcane Subtraction. It's important for me to pass here so that they play Burying Books and then I play Arcane Subtraction. Otherwise they can Burying Books to the Needlethorn Drake. And then my Arcane Subtraction doesn't kill their Symmetrist. So I only know 2 cards in their hand and neither of them really interact at all with Needlethorn Drake. They've drawn a whole bunch of cards since then, so it's very possible they have more interaction. But they haven't really played as if they have more interaction, so could be that Needlethorn Drakes will just take me the rest of the way there. Trying to decide if with Snow Day I want to... Oh, okay, so they're just going to go ahead and Burying Books here. Which is annoying. Could bet they drew another one of those, but... Reckless Amplimancer. The thing is, like, I don't have that many really good options, but I don't think that this is really what I need here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Needlethorn. I'll hold off on the Intro to Annihilation. First of all, it'll probably be better to hit the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. I don't know. Okay, so they're giving me the option to just trade here as opposed to put them on a 5-turn clock, which is interesting. I guess they could have their own Arcane Subtraction. I'm just gonna take it. It's just so interesting that they did that like, why didn't they play one of these cards in? I don't know. But Harmonize is very, very, very bad for me. Yeah, I'm in big trouble here. Variant Books is good. Okay. Get in there, Needlethorn. Show him who's boss. I wish I had one more on my end. 2, 5, 7, 8. Because if they do have a counter... Oh, no! It's too late. Okay, that's fine. Variant Books on this. It's honestly questionable which one was better here. I definitely don't need another land. Even though I know I said I wish I had another land, it's not that I want to play another land, it's just that I wish I had one more on the field. Alright. I think we start off with Intro. At this point I just need to get rid of these guys. And I'm okay trading 1 for 2 in this situation. I guess I'll get a mountain and a forest. Put the mountain on the battlefield. And I'm going to hold on to the forest so that I can discard it to Snow Day in a couple turns. Alright, opponent's at a whole bunch of cards. So I should play the one that they've seen. Not really sure what's going on if they're just completely bricking, but maybe that's what's happening here. Alright. I guess I go for a pop quiz here, gain a couple of life. Or it could actually rummage. Oh, I have a... Well, I guess I don't need to use the second one since I'm just going to draw it. Draw a card. Frost Stricter's a nice draw. Question is, would I rather an Environmental Sciences to gain me a couple of life, or just a fresh draw? I think I would like a fresh draw. Wait. Oh, your hand. I think I would like a fresh draw. Alright, Amplimancer. It's not a bad one, actually. Okay, this is looking good. We've got to have a lot of removal here. Okay, Witherbloom, Pledge Mage, and Concede. So they played Harmonize and completely bricked. They drew 3 lands or something ridiculous like that. I still think I'm a long shot to win more than 3 games with this. I'm 2-0. I got spotted 2 wins. I guess since I got spotted 2 wins, I shouldn't really say that. Should say that I would be lucky to get 5 wins now. I've had 0 wins. I thought that I would be lucky to get 3 wins. my previous 2 wins have no real impact on the future, so, you know, probability. You get it. You get it. Alright, I can't really say that I deserve to win that one. My opponent certainly got extremely unlucky towards the end there. But I will say that I'm happy that I won that one. What's the point of viewing the battlefield there? Alright, we're keeping. Quandrix Apprentice is nice. Gotta play Forest next turn. Arcane Subtraction gets me 2 cards to trigger Quandrix Apprentice. Letter of Acceptance. You know, Plains Letter of Acceptance really was just not what I was expecting. Okay, I will go ahead and drop the island here. Send in the troops. Most likely just going to play Arcane Subtraction on end step here. If they don't play anything. If they do play something, I'll probably just play Heated Debate. So do I play the Subtraction to get the trigger? And I've got 3 lands in hand. But I also do just want to play it to get an Elemental Summoning. Not that I need it for next turn, but I'll need it for the turn after. I could also just rummage. But I could always rummage later, and I want this. Alright, Variant Books is certainly not bad. But unfortunately, I don't have... Oh, I should have played the Forest down. That was stupid. Alright, I don't know what they're doing with 6 mana and nothing to do, but I'm going to play a 4/4. Is it, like, going to get negated or something like that? Like, they're just in Jeskai again? No Heated Debate on end step. Okay, got a Pigment Storm to take out the guy. Alright, let's see what we can find with Adventurous Impulse. Okay, I guess that is land. We already played one of our... Oh no, we didn't play one of the red cards. So I'll take the second mountain here. Because I want to play both red cards. Burying Books, Snow Day, Heated Debate, all decent things to do with my mana. They're not going to do anything, I'll just scry. Put another land to the bottom. Okay. I am on board with this dude. Hey, they are in Jeskai. I just noticed that. I'm too busy looking at my own mana, like, looking at what they're doing. So, like, why are they not sacrificing this to draw a card if they have nothing to do with their 45,000 mana? So again, I have another learn spell. That's great. I have nothing to get. That's good. I can get environmental sciences. Alright, so now they're finally burning that to draw a card. You got it, sir. You may draw. Okay, so here's a question. Do I just counter this by playing Divide by Zero? It's not, like, the thing is that I really wish that I could just play Divide by Zero and then by next turn know that I could be up to enough and, like, counter this, but I think I'm just gonna do this. And I guess I will go ahead and get Expanded Anatomy. I don't know. It's a problem with this deck. Okay, so they've got a campus now, so they're scrying on upkeep. So I guess they really were just, like, holding bricks the whole beginning of this game, and I just didn't have enough threats. Thing is that this time they have removal spell. Quandrix Pledge Mage is going down. because I really don't have anything to do. Alright, I guess I'll scry again. Maybe they kill my Pledge Mage when I'm tapped out? Nope. Okay. Alright, let's not burn all of our mana for no reason. Thing is I guess they could have shock, which would be sad, but okay. I think I am. Oof. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna kick a land. All right. I mean, it sucks because I want to play one of the spells to put onto this thing to get this thing bigger, but at this point, I just need action and. My lessons are not action. Okay. Needlethorn Drake is fine. It's something I can put Expanded Anatomy on. And it also can start chipping in. Okay, you got it. Big Study Break. That's totally fine with me. I have infinite ways to interact with your elemental summoning. In fact, I'm just going to do it now. Okay. I think in this case I'm just going to go ahead and field trip pre-combat. Forest onto the battlefield. We'll get sciences. Get in the forest. Play forest. Right? I mean, I do have a snow day. Maybe I don't want to play the forest, but I get to scry this turn if I play it. So I'll play it. I mean, I could have also hit them for another 3 damage by playing Expanded Anatomy. Uh-oh. What are we copying? Big old nothing? Serpentine Curve? Something like that? Or is it 2 Barian books? Just play Teach by example. Oh my god. Am I really about to lose here? What is this? I can't even... It doesn't even show me. I really think I'm about to lose. Deals 5 times damage up to 2 target. Each of up to X targets. Okay. So you get to kill both my creatures and take me to 1. Unless I tuck this, but I don't think that I should. That's insane. I can't believe that. Alright, I'll keep an opt here. Mari Campus can go to the bottom. 4 Needlethorn Drakes. This is very precarious. I guess it's good that I got that environmental sciences. Okay, letter of acceptance is fine. I don't need more Needlethorn Drakes. I want to scry my upkeep, but I waited too long. That's fine. Ugh, I should have played the Expanded Anatomy. I don't know what I'm thinking. Playing too fast. Playing too poorly. Alright. Pass it up. You got 2 draws here. Where's the way to... Oh, it's over here. I'm used to playing on my phone, and it's over here. But, yeah, okay. I want to stop on my upkeep and draw step. Alright. Do you have a burn spell to burn me out? No, thank you. Thank you. Problem is that I don't have enough mana to play this now. And play a spell. But that's fine. Just gotta fade a burn spell one more turn. Yeah, I think it was real sketchy to scry an upkeep. I think it's almost always wrong, and when I have 11, 14 mana worth of spells in hand, it's pretty bad. They didn't scry on upkeep there. Wonder if they just forgot, or if they... did they keep something at end step? Ugh! I am really just not at the top of my game. Alright, I mean... wouldn't have mattered no matter what I did. Ugh! What are you gonna do about those? That was so questionable. I even made some very silly mistakes, and it's very possible that I'm just not thinking of one that led to my demise, ultimately. But you don't usually expect to get Crackle of Power, copy Crackle of Power, hit you for 20, but you're not dead. 8-drop Mythic Rare, hit you for 4 more. Reminds me of an old Hearthstone deck that used to play Alexstrasza, which was a dragon that set your opponent's life total to 15. You start at 30, so it sets them to 15. And then they used to play this card, Pyroblast, that deals 10 damage to a player, and they basically just burned you out. It was really dumb. Alright. Opponent goes first. I think I'm going to keep. I have Inspiration to go ahead and find Environmental Sciences, and so I just need to draw any land. If I draw an island my next turn, it's really good. Alright. That's not an island. Uh-oh. What are we doing here? What's going on? Inspiration. Find Environmental Sciences. I also could have just played Quandrix plus... Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah, I could have just played Quandrix plus Mage. Alright, so what is my opponent doing? They're in red-blue, but they just played a 3-2, and I guess they drew a card off of it. Or... Oh, no, that's a different card. Whenever you... Ugh, this is going to be hard to beat. I should still have my removal spell. Okay. So we could play Pledge Mage and then play Sciences to get the thing, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and play Sciences now. Get my island. Needlethorn Drake. Not that it can block this, because it does have Menace. It also has Ward, pay 3 life, so I can't really even Trickster it for any value. Oh, okay, so they didn't want to attack into my Needlethorn. Alright. I need to get some stuff on the board. I want to play Cultivate, but I don't get to play anything else this turn, which is really slow. Alright. Shoot. What do I do? Alright, I think I need to cultivate here. I still have Arcane Subtraction up, which could be nice. Island. I have a lot of blue spells, so. Guess I should have tapped differently. Alright, no attacks. Gotta hold back the Needlethorn Drake here. Block the Battle Seer. Actually paying attention this time, there's Shrine in the bottom. Oh, they have Hall of Oracles? When did they play that? This card is just very silly. There's Mario Apprentice, sure. Alright, take another 3 here. I don't think I'm going to play the Subtraction. I think it's got some nice potential value a little bit later on. Alright, so this turn I'm going to go ahead and drop Trickster. This is spell or ability. Alright. And Pledge Mage. And we're still going to hold back Needlethorn to block the Battle Seer. But if I can untap, then I think that I'll be in pretty good shape with Pledge Mage here. I will take 3 one more time. I mean, have they really not drawn any spells yet? Because that would actually just be ridiculous. Alright. Gonna get in there with Frost Trickster. They've scryed 1,000 times. Nope, they finally put a card on top. So I guess that's going to be some sort of spell. Well, they didn't play anything here. I'm going to start by going with Curate. Alright, I will put this in my graveyard and keep Opt. The question is, do I bury in books or divide by 0 something? I think I do divide by 0 something. I guess I should have opted first. Alright, Pop Quiz is also good, or do I need more actual cards that do real things? I think this is good. Alright, so I've got 7 mana here. So Elemental Summoning might not do exactly what I want it to. I think I'm gonna go ahead and send in. A lot of damage. Frost Trickster. I mean, like, what did they keep on top? I really am just terrified. Snow Day, maybe? Creative Outburst. Yikes. Okay. Creative Outburst my face is just so aggressive here. What is... Am I about to get burned out again? Like, it doesn't really matter if I play something. It still hits me for 3 here. So, I feel like I'm about to get burned out. If not, I think I'm going to win. Okay, well, that also is good. Intro to Prophecy. Whew, what do I do? I guess I play Expanded Anatomy to give myself a Vigilant attacker. So I have access to, I believe, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. And I am at a very low life total. 3, 5, 8. And I need to still win the game. They also have a 3, 4. Three, 6, 7. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play Expanded Anatomy. And only attack with the 4, 4. And I have Variant Books and Arcane Subtraction. So I don't think that I'm dying. But this does mean that that's another creature for them. And that's also an elemental summoning. Okay. This is scary, officially. 6, 7, so I guess I could draw Ingenious Inspiration. What is the deal with this thing? Why is everybody crackling me with power? Okay. I mean, that is 3 mythic rare bird spells that have been cast in the last 2 games that I've played. Okay. Okay. So, back to my original suggestion. I think I'll be lucky to win 3 games with this deck. But, still holding out hope. It's not like my deck has played poorly. It's just been very odd games. It is questionable whether I should have kept the last hand. I'm going to keep this one though. I got all 3 of my colors, got a couple of flyers. If they play an early spell, I can counter it. If not, I can counter a more powerful spell in the late game. Looks like they went for a mulligan. Are they playing 41 cards? Bold choice. Okay. Hello. Not much to do here, but pass the turn. Leave up Subtraction and Test. Okay, drew another land. I may as well get some creatures out on the battlefield. I don't mind playing a Windrake. Windrake's a fine card. That's a really fine card. mean, four power flyers can be pretty good. 3 power flyers can also be pretty good, but in this case, I think it's going to work out for me. Maybe I attacked a little too quickly. No, okay. Elemental summoning here pretty easily. It is possible that I should go for something like Intro to Annihilation. It's not like Zimone is really going to become an issue this game, but just like if they play a big... Oh, they are just going to draw 1 card with it. I was going to say if they play a big reach creature, I don't have a good way of getting around that right now. See, I have 6 mana. Is there any argument for holding up Pop Quiz plus Test of Talents? Can I think of a card in blue-green that really messes me up that's a spell? I don't think that it's worth it. It's very possible, because next turn I was going to be able to hold up the 2 mana, but it's just too hard to resist playing a 4/4 and really putting... okay, so now they're putting the pressure on. I don't know why they did that now. I don't really see what that does for them. Okay. The answer is not much. They're taking it? Whew. Alright. Gonna hold on to Pop Quiz for now. Probably gonna get the intro, but it'll be nice to wait until their end step to see what I need. There's a bear here. Anybody else notice that? What's he doing there? Okay, so I've got 4 power flyers in the air. I've got a 4/4 on the ground. They've got a multiple choice, and this is what we're running Test of Talents for, right? Come on, guys. That's what we're here for. And they have a negate for my Test of Talents. Alright, that's fine. I mean, I think that they're still dead, right? As good as that card is, it doesn't prevent me from just picking up my 4/4 and hitting them for 4 in the air. They're tapped out. They can play 1 mana. They're not in red, so it's not, or black. It's not going to be a shock or a lash malice. Did I pass the test? Multiple choice test? They have 1 island. We'll see. Good game. I will keep playing until you concede. You are allowed to concede. Like, maybe they have something, I don't know. I don't think that there's anything they can have here. Okay. We did it. We won we won game 3. We're absolute champions. No, I mean, my opponent didn't do anything that game until it was too late. I had the counterspell for their Crazy Bomb rare instant / their Crazy Bomb rare sorcery, and they had the counter for that. So that was a really silly game. Okay. Seems like a keeper. Hopefully Adventurous Impulse becomes a creature, but that's not going to be for a while. Our land drops are pretty dedicated. Oh, it doesn't matter, actually. Going to be pretty dedicated first few turns. Okay, they're on blue. Green. I guess it's questionable whether or not I should have played Prismari Campus and Needlethorn Drake there. Because I can't actually play Elemental Summoning next turn. But that's okay. I can also play Needlethorn Drake and Adventurous Impulse. I guess I actually can play Elemental Summoning. Alright, so they're on 3 mana here. Nothing to do. They know I have Elemental Summoning, but they don't know that I can cast it. So I still am going to cast it into 3 mana. It could be a Whirlwind Denial, it could be a Negate. It could be... I think that's it. Divide by 0 on the Drake, it's not too big of a deal. I can only actually replay one of them with my current mana setup because I only have 1 blue source. But that's fine. If they don't play anything here, I don't think I'm going to attack into Burying Books. If they play an Intro to Prophecy, I will attack into nothing. 1 top, 1 bottom, draw a card. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to start off by going for Adventurous Impulse. Oh, Quandrix Apprentice. I'm going to keep the Trickster here. And I don't really see a reason not to play the island. And I think I just want to go double Drake rather than deal with the Frost Trickster. Because the Trickster is going to be able to block something that could block that. Or is going to be able to take out something that could block this. So they still have 7 cards in hand. Now they're up to 5 mana. They've set up their draw with Intro to Prophecy. They should have something here. Or they could have nothing. I'm okay with nothing. I need to look into the camera to make sure that my thumbs up were going to appear. So that's why I did that. Okay, so Quandrix Cultivator, get a land. That's fine. I'm not going to not play the only thing that I can play. And I will get a couple of islands. Prismari Campus and pass. Alright, so I do have extra lands to discard to learn spells or the Tapper guy. This is annoying. Okay, so they went for the Frost Trickster, so they must have another creature, maybe like a Serpentine Curve. No, Serpentine Curve isn't going to be big enough. They could have like a Burying Books here for the 4/4. We're going to Mage Duel. Okay. They had to have something to get rid of that because otherwise this would have made no sense. Okay. Let's go ahead. Put these 2 forests in the graveyard. Alright. Taps. Arcane, whatever it's called, would have been really good to just give their creature -4/-0. What is that card called? Anyway, probably going to attack here because they can't block the flyers. Or they have a great answer to my flyers, either way. Is that a great answer? Alright, and they just went for a forest, so it's not like they're 3 colors and they're missing something here. Do have a waterfall here in this, which we'll be pretty good at. Nice, pop quiz is good. Could get expanded anatomy. I am gonna tap. I think I am gonna get expanded anatomy here. Puts them on a very quick clock. They haven't really seemed to have a good answer. They're just trading off here, which is nice. And Ampliomancer being big could be a problem. Now they have 2 threats that they absolutely need to answer because I have 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. So plenty to double the Ampliomancer twice, so it's going to essentially just be they sacrifice a creature every turn to the Ampliomancer. Unless I draw cards, in which case they don't have to do that. Okay, so they're at 8 mana. 4 cards in hand. Ether Helix to bounce Frost Trickster, get back their own Frost Trickster is really good. They can play their Frost Trickster on my Ampliomancer. Question is, do I scry an upkeep here? I think I'm not going to. I think I'm not going to. Alright, let's play my guys. I'm in... stupid stops. Okay. I think I still just want to tap down his, let's see, yeah, okay. I still want to tap down his Frost Trickster here, so that I do get 1 clean hit in with the Frost Trickster of my own. That could be a problem. And they go up a life here, but they are tapped pretty low. If I draw Snow Day, they're straight up Dunzo. So I left this land in hand to discard. Oh my goodness. That is wild. Alright. So now they... I guess they still are Dunzo. To Snow Day. But they're going to have to sacrifice one of these creatures to the Ampliomancer still. It looks like they're considering sending in the Cultivator, but they thought better of it. Heated debate. Whew. So if I heated debate the Quandrix Cultivator, that will put me at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I don't have enough to still attack and kill the Witherbloom Pledge Mage. You know, I think that I'm going to send this back. It is pretty good here, and it could be a huge mistake, but I think that I just need to, like, really go for one of my best cards. I think Frost Trickster was a better draw. Okay, the question is, do I also attack with the Quandrix Pledge Mage? They could just block it and go to 1. I think I'd do that. It's gotta be the move for them. Leaves me an out with the learn card. And it makes it so that even with a spell, unless it's something that takes care of my Trickster, I just need anything to get rid of their Trickster here. Oh, I guess they have something to get rid of my Trickster. Or multiple spells. Okay, so they have a blocker. Oh my god, they have 2 blockers! Why didn't I scry on upkeep? Oh god. Alright. I meant to scry on upkeep. I needed to find Snow Day. Darn. Okay. We're in trouble. We're in trouble, team. So I think that the plan here is to lose. That's enough damage. That is enough damage. Well, we have to check, right? Test of talents. See, we would have lost anyway. Oh man, so close. That was just a good old-fashioned beatdown where, I mean, my opponent's cards were better than mine. They had Serpentine Curve, they had Emergent Sequence. That turn where they Mage Dueled me was rude. They did 2 really nice. They had 2 really nice Mage Duels. They were slow to begin with though, so I definitely had a shot there. I don't know. Maybe if I played it a little differently, would have been able to eke out those extra couple of damage. But double Scurrid Colony with exactly... Oh no, they had 9 mana, but with 8 mana in play. That's nice. Alright, so as I said from the beginning, I would be lucky to get more than 3 wins. So I got 3 wins. That's what we did. Made 1,000 gems. I mean, at least I didn't get the dreaded 2-win, 250 gem match, because that's just, I mean, it's just really obnoxious. I think it's predatory. That's what I'm gonna go with. No, I don't care. Cool. So bad draft. Ended up with a very medium deck, and I think I made the most. No, I didn't make the most of it. I was gonna like give myself a little pat on the back, saying, you know, I mean, I really was pretty close in all the games. Almost had a bunch of wins, but you can't say that when you play poorly. Like, I made pretty big mistakes in all of my losses that helped contribute to it. But getting Crackle with Powered twice, getting Magma Opused, that's a fun one. I mean, you can't expect that to ever happen in an actual match. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you managed to enjoy, especially through my suffering. Yeah, have a wonderful day. Bye.